side of the river stood his lovely Indian maid. Little white dove was her name. Such a lovely sight to see. But their tribes fought with each other, so their love could never be. Louise, if you please, don't tease me no more, my Louise. Jolly job, baby, you're driving me wild. Je ne suis qu'un normal man. J'ai une femme and an enfant, please forgive me. Jolly Louise, you better turn your back on me. Jolly Louise likes sweet wine. You never can be mine, oh Louise. If I come round, yeah, we lose in the end. James Missile in a car, and the house that beat my bar, and this honky tonk I found to have a beer, maybe two. Oh, Louise, if you please, don't tease me no more, my Louise. Jolly child, hey, you driving me wild. Je ne suis qu'un humble man. J'ai une femme and an enfant, please forgive me. Jolly Louise, you better turn your back on me. Oh,
Well, I left Kentucky back in '49. I went to Detroit working on assembly line. The first year they had me putting wheels on Cadillacs. Every day I'd watch them beauties roll by, and sometimes I'd hang my head and cry, 'cause I always wanted me one that was long and black. One day I devised myself a plan that should be the envy of most any man. I'd sneak it out of there in a lunchbox in my hand. Now getting caught meant getting fired, but I figured I'd have it all by the time I retired. I'd have me a car worth at least 100 grand. I get it one piece at a time, and it wouldn't cost me a dime. You'll know it's me when I come through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style, I'm gonna drive everybody wild, 'cause I'll have the only one there is around. So the very next day when I punched in with my big lunchbox and with help from my friends, I left that day with a lunchbox full of gears. I've never considered myself a thief, but GM wouldn't miss just one little piece, especially if I strung it out over several years. The The first day I got me a fuel pump, and the next day I got me an engine and a trunk. Then I got me a transmission and all the chrome. The little things I could get in my big lunchbox, like nuts and bolts and all four shocks. But the big stuff we snuck out in my buddy's mobile home. Up to now, my plan went all right, so we tried to put it all together one night, and that's when we noticed that something was definitely wrong. The transmission was a 53, and the motor turned out to be a 73, and when we tried to put in the bolts, all the holes were gone. So we drilled it out so that it would fit, and with a little bit of help from an 8-actor kit, we had that engine running just like a song. Now the headlights, there was another side. We had 2 on the left and 1 on the right. But when we pulled out the switch, all 3 of them come on. The back end looked kind of funny too, but we put it together, and when we got through, well, that's when we noticed that we only had 1 tail fin. About that time my wife walked out, and I could see in her eyes that she had her doubts. But she opened the door and said, "Honey, take me